Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It is time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Taurus. That's Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising for the month of September 2024. Before we get into the tarot and a little bit of astrology that I'm going to do before the tarot. I just want to welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome to this lovely community of like-minded people who really just want to know how they can help to create heaven on earth, as it were. And so welcome. You're going to find that these folks are understanding, intelligent, funny, and a pleasure to hang out with. And for my tried and true, of course, thank you for supporting me all these years. So we're going to first talk a little astrology. There's a couple of things, big things actually happening right at the end, right at the beginning, excuse me, of the month. Of course, we just had a very big July, a very big August with lots of twists and turns and changes and waves and valleys and highs and lows. And September promises to be perhaps not as high-low as others, but certainly a significant month. We start off right away with Uranus in your sign, Taurus, stationing retrograde first of the month. Uranus has been in Taurus since believe it's 2018. This is the last year it will be in Taurus complete, just in Taurus. Next year, it's in Taurus and moves into Gemini, and then I believe it moves back into Taurus. So we're not quite done with Uranus in your sign. But this is the start of its retrograde. It's going to go back over the areas that it has just sort of progressed through. Uranus and Taurus, as you know, Taurus has been shaking you guys to your very foundations, and not just you, all of us. So what happens when Uranus, which is a planet of new and breaking through and breaking out, starts to move backwards? We have an opportunity to evaluate the breakthroughs that we've had. And so it is a time to see what we have, what we can discern from our moving forward. Rebelliousness and that sort of that rebelliousness that comes with refusing to listen to the law, which can happen with Uranus, sort of eases up a bit. At the same time, we have Pluto, the planet of transformation, backing back into Capricorn. It's going to spend the rest of its time in Capricorn, in that last degree of Capricorn. It'll be in Capricorn from September 1st to November 20th. In October, it changes direction. Right now, it's, of course, moving backwards. It was in Aquarius, backed into Capricorn. This is sort of its last sort of little backup into Capricorn before it moves out of Capricorn and is not seen in Capricorn, at least for another, like 230 something years. So we will not be here when it comes back around to Capricorn. And I feel like this foray back into Capricorn allows us to put a period at the end of a very long and, quite frankly, difficult sentence. But we do have a better sense of our own authority in our own lives, where we can perhaps trust the structures and what structures no longer serve their function. And so we can move forward in that knowledge. We have a new moon in the sign of Virgo. Virgo for you is your fifth house. Yes, is your fifth. Yes, your fifth house of children, of creativity. The new moon's about new beginnings. This could be an opportunity for you to start a new creative project. It's a lovely new moon. It's not particularly difficult. The lunations have been challenging, especially the full moons. Initially, at the beginning of the year, the new moons were the challenge, and then the full moons became the focus of many changes and challenges, as it were. So this new moon is pretty nice new moon. The full moon, however, in Pisces, which for you would be the axis that gets activated is the fifth, and the 11th house for you, it's the axis of love. It's personal love and impersonal love. It's lovers, friends, and lovers kind of energy. The full moon occurs there, and that moon is actually in eclipse. So we're starting eclipse season in September. The first of the eclipses is this full moon at 26 degrees of Pisces. And so it is, full moons are always about awareness. And when we're dealing with Pisces and Virgo, the general theme is health, the health and welfare, right? The emotional health, the physical health, the healing, the physical healing, the spiritual healing that is necessary. And we're in a very sort of transformational and sort of in between time at this time in our evolution. So we are evolving, we're moving forward. Things are exactly as they need to be. You will get some views of what needs to be attended to this month. I also, let me just take a quick scan of your ruling planet this month. Let's see, we have so as a Taurus, your ruling planet is Venus. Let's just see what Venus is doing this month. Just looking for aspects to Venus that might affect you. We have on the third week, the 15th, we have a lovely trine between Venus and Jupiter at the day of the last full moon back in August. That was the first day of the Democratic National Convention. We had a square between those two. So there was some challenge, some crisis between our ability to expand and our values. And now as we come into September, there's a much more of a flow. We can talk about it and we can relate. Venus is in Libra this month. Venus loves being in Libra. It's one of the other signs that it does rule. It is in conjunct to your sign, so there are some adjustments that need to be made. Taurus is very much a sort of self-sufficient sign and not always open to likes relationship. Nothing wrong. I mean, it's not like you guys don't like to relate, but you kind of live in your own little sort of within your own parameters, and sometimes relating is like annoying. But you'll get over it. We all need each other, right? We all need each other. We especially need you guys. We do have Venus making in conjunct to Uranus, which is of course in Taurus. That's that energy that happens at the end of that week on the 20th. So we have flow at the beginning, and towards the end we maybe get a little annoyed. Then Venus moves into Scorpio, which is your opposite sign, Taurus. So Venus will be in your house of relationship. And so whatever annoying relationship issues come up, you'll have to resolve them when Venus goes into Scorpio. Venus will also make a square to Pluto. Pluto, of course, at this time is in Capricorn. So this is when Venus is at the end of Libra. This is a last quarter crisis in consciousness square. It is about becoming an authority in your own life, being willing to not, turn your back on putting other people in charge of your life and really sort of individuating into your own sense of self. And that's what I see. So that's just general stuff around Venus, your ruling planet, that may be helpful for you. All right, let's take a look. We're going to be looking at, we're going to be using, sorry, I have a new deck here. It's by MJ. I always say her name wrong. I have to think about it now. Cool name. I'm sorry. This is the same one who I believe MJ, yes. Who did the Crow Tarot. So this is the same person. I love the Crow Tarot. But this is called the Guardians of the Night Tarot, and it's got all animals in it. So I thought it was apropos for Taurus. All right, let me just pull it out of its little box here. All right, if you give me a moment, I just have to shuffle these up. I've used these already, so I don't think it's going to be a big shuffle, but you never know. I always go by, if you wonder how, when do I decide to stop shuffling is when it feels right. So I go mostly by feeling. Sometimes I get all like, especially like on the 8-8 portal, I might do it 8 times or something like that, but just for regular, when it's less structured, I just like to, all right, it's almost ready. I think it's almost ready. All right. All right, Taurus. Let's just cut the cards. Cut the cards. All right, let's see what we got here. Starting with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands. This is information coming in fast and furious. Information coming in. Now let's see, what is this? This looks like a hawk. Looks like it might be a Cooper's hawk. Let me see if does it have something in its talons. No, but there is a snake there. You see the snake? And so this could be a hawk looking for the snake. The snake is a symbol of transformation. So a lot of information coming in very quickly, a lot of revelation. If there's a challenge with that, it's just the amount of information coming in. It is a time of great intuition. And it is squared by the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Spirit. We have a spider here. We have a spider. So I think so much information is coming in. The challenge is, where do I start? What do I start with here? All right, let's see what's underneath it. Oh, the Page of Cups. So it's mostly good news. It's mostly good news. Do you trust good news? I don't know. I used to trust good news. And then after the last, 9 years, I'm like, can I? Can I? Oh dear. In the past, we have the devil. Speak of the devil. This is connection to what keeps you from your light. The devil card. It keeps you from realizing your divine connections, and makes you make choices that move you away from a sense of unity, a sense of cooperation. It's kind of in its way a very selfish energy, as it were, but not evil. I don't generally see the devil as evil. I see it as a choice of the darkness over the light. So if you have made that choice, or perhaps you've made the choice to go to the light, as soon as you make that choice, and that's the good news. The good news is you're choosing the light. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, the light. Oh, it's almost like being blinded by the light. We have the Seven of Wands in the sky. You are going to have to defend your position. You're going to have to defend your position about something. But you do have the higher ground, and you do have the what's the word I'm looking for? The higher ground. You're in a better position than the people that you're defending against. There's a word I can't think of. So one of those word things. If you hear a little beep beep, my alarm, my smoke alarm in my office is beeping. It does it every now and again. It's usually when it gets really muggy, and then it stops. So hopefully it'll stop. In the immediate future, we have the King of Wands. This is about dominion. This is about being in your power. And this is about the power of light, the power of fire, the power of creativity. Good position. So if you have been you've chosen light, all this information comes in, you're in good stead, you're in a good position to utilize the light that comes. You can see here that in this card, he has the snake there, right? You see the snake that he has a stick and the snake. The snake, which is transformation, we saw in this card. You see that? And then the stick we saw in this card, right? So, well, it's actually a wand, but we'll call it a stick. So you are the king of your domain. How it's seen from the outside, the Hierophant. This is a card, this is a Taurus card, and it's about listening to the small, still voice within. So I would say that people see you as somebody who knows what they're doing, knows how to work within the system, but also listens to their own intuition. Your domestic situation. Oh, the sun, full illumination, lovely. Revelation, rebirth, the sun. This is a really nice card in your domestic situation. So I feel like there's a lot of joy and happiness in your domestic situation. Hopes and fears, the Emperor. I think this is hoping you can do it. And fearing that you can. I guess the Emperor is about having dominion over your realm, so to speak, having dominion over your realm, unless there's somebody who has more power than you that you're concerned about. I don't know, you can decide on that. We have the Nine of Wands at the outset. This is about boundaries, so you are going to have to assert yourself in this situation. Are going to have to assert yourself. Do not be, well, you're not, if Tauruses will assert them, usually it takes a long time before Taurus does it, because they'll just stubbornly stick to something, and it usually with Taurus is when push comes to shove. You don't want to get in the way of a Taurus because they'll always win when push comes to shove. But not even to do that, maybe even let people know where you stand and say, look, this is the line and you can't cross it. The Nine of Wands is about boundaries. We have the Five of Pentacles. I'm going to pick three more to see if we can get if we can get a major arcana. So this is about, this is a little bit about loss. So let's just say maybe somebody's trying to borrow money from you. The Chariot, moving forward. So you were on your path. This is the honey badger. The honey badger don't give a anyway. So this is the honey badger, and then the Chariot card is about just putting your head down and moving forward. Putting your head down and moving forward. Underneath it is some anxiety around the Ten of Pentacles, around resources and money. Of course, I don't know as a Taurus who doesn't have some anxiety around that. Then we have the Six of Swords getting out of troubled water. So your anxiety is there, but it's not founded necessarily in reality when it comes to resources. You will have the resources that you need. Yeah, wow, great cards. You're really sort of moving forward on your projects, whatever it is, now that you've made the decision that you're gonna be in the light in a situation, that you're willing to take it on, that you have the confidence that Spirit has your back. I like that. All right, so the other deck that I'm using now, this is the deck I use for all the signs. I will usually do different tarot cards and the same oracle. Let me just gather the cards before these cards they're beautiful and they're very slippery, and so they have a tendency of like flying off the table here. I want them to get ruined. Okay, so I am using for the Oracle deck, I am using the Tree of Life Oracle. This is a beautiful deck. I really like it. I work with the Tree of Life, and so I'm pretty fussy about these things. But this one is good. This is a good deck. All right, so I'm just going to shuffle until it feels like Taurus has its answer. What does Taurus need to be aware of as we move through this month of September? What does Taurus need to be aware of as we move through September? As we move through September. That little beep is annoying me. It's probably not as loud as I think it is, but hope it's not annoying you. The element of fire, passion, enthusiasm, and creativity. So interestingly enough, most of the cards that I selected in the tower reading were fire, were wands. So this is about creativity. This is a highly creative, passionate, and enthusiastic time. Don't burn yourself out with this. That is something you need to work with, and try not to allow anger to any sort of frustration or anger. If you're feeling that, if you're feeling like that, like boiling up kind of energy, try to move it into um a creative direction, and then it shouldn't be a problem for you. Yeah, but a lot of fire, a lot of passion. uh it's great. I mean, and you got the sun in your domestic situation. I think this is actually going to be a very good month for you, Taurus. It looks really good. All right, well, that's good news. Have yourself a great month. Like and subscribe if you would, if you're not already subscribed. Thank you if you are. I am going to be doing a Tree of Life, a Kabbalah, introduction to the Kabbalah, and then working with the Tree of Life seminar. It's actually 2 seminars. If you want to take, you have to take the first one to be able to take the second one. But if you just want to take the first one, you can just take the first one. It's my introduction to the Kabbalah, and it's a 6-week course. It's starting the 3rd week of September. I believe it's going to be Thursday nights, 6 consecutive Thursday nights. And then the second course will start after that. And that's another 6-week course. And that's when we really get into the way I work with the Tree of Life. For those of you who want to like say, I don't know what she's talking about, you can always check out my numerology Kabbalah readings, astrology, numerology Kabbalah readings for you know, I have one on Kamala Harris, I have one on Tim Walz, and I have them on all different kinds of people. Um, I think I even have one on Joe Biden. So you can check, it's on my channel, Victoria Skirbo, if you want to know what that looks like in the exploration. I know many of you already know the kind of work that I do. So if you're interested in learning about that, you can join us in September. See you in September. I'd love you to join us. It's going to be a great time. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you again in October. Take care. Namaste.